Hey there, my friend. It's time for our weekly wisdom card draw. This is your time to pause, to ground yourself in the moment, to connect with yourself, to reclaim the power you have to create your life in each moment, and to commit or recommit to shining your light in the world. I'm super excited this week to share with you that this is actually a year since I started doing these videos. So last week, a year ago, I finished the very last card of the 56 cards. So basically every week for 13 months, I created a new card, or a new card created itself through me rather. And then a year ago, I finished that process and started doing these videos. So, wow, I'm just sort of celebrating doing this with you for a year, which is a little bit crazy when you think about it. But I'm also super excited. I've been telling you that the cards right now are in PowerPoint and are going to be a deck later this year. So making some progress on that. I've actually identified a printer and I'm working on getting them all into actual card form. So stay tuned and I will keep you posted on when the deck will actually be available as cards for you to have your own deck. So in the meantime, though, thank you again for being here on this journey with me. Whether this is your first video that you've seen or you've been watching every one for a year or somewhere in between, I am so honored to be on this journey with you. And I thank you for taking this time out of your day for yourself to listen to this message and hopefully to let it spark something in you that connects you again with who you truly are. That is my goal, and again, my honor to be in presence and community with you. So thank you. And with that, I will go ahead as usual and invite you to arrive in this moment. Let yourself be here now, letting go of anything that came before, letting go of anything that will come after. Giving a little nod to your external environment, maybe noticing your environment as if you're noticing it for the first time, even if you're in a place you've been 1,000 times before. You can also just close your eyes if that feels good. Maybe place a hand on your heart. Connect with your breath, with your heartbeat, with the present moment. And whether your eyes are open or closed, whatever you're doing or noticing or being, just keep breathing, keep noticing. I'm going to bring the cards to my heart and ask to be guided to the message that will be of highest service and most inspiration to you today. What message is your soul most wanting to hear at this moment in its journey? What message will most call you into alignment with who you really are? And putting that intention out there, I'm shuffling the cards. Super excited for the coming deck. All right. And our message for today is play. We were just having a conversation about this earlier. Play. Here we have a whale tail. This is from Antarctica. Whales play a lot. All right, so what's the message of play? When was the last time you played? In our fast-paced society, we could take some cues from nature. Animals play a lot. Whales leap out of the water, slap their tails on the surface, and dive, just for the fun of it. Play stimulates our creativity. It releases pent-up stress that was never intended to stay in our bodies. It strengthens our resilience. Yet we often treat it as a luxury. It's last on the list. We'll play when all the work is done. And the work is never done, so the play never happens. Ask yourself, do I have time not to play? What if the pause you took to nourish your creative self led to the very breakthrough you've been working so hard to achieve? What if it unleashed the real you? Today, how will you play? Let that sink in. Such a good one. We are so often, I'll speak for myself. I often am going so fast in so many different directions that I also kind of overlook the call to play, or just the call or desire to do nothing or to be still even. It doesn't have to be necessarily, it's whatever you think of as play, whatever you do just for the fun of it. And I want to make a little addition here too, because it is certainly the break that we take to play can be can create a creative breakthrough. So taking your mind off whatever thing you were beating your head against a wall trying to figure out, you can get that flash of inspiration, like the idea in the shower, or the idea, when you're least looking for it because you've actually stopped focusing on it. That's a really powerful side effect. But incidentally, you notice, and I actually noticed this when I was reviewing all the messages, and I was literally just working on this one earlier today, thinking, oh, there's still an undertone of needing the play to do something and to mean something. So, for example, ooh, if you stop and play, you might have that creative breakthrough, or you might find more of the real you. Those are true, and those are nice side effects, but they still are putting an agenda on play, which is not the point, right? So, whew, let's all take a deep breath and let it be okay to play just for fun. I don't think the whale is diving and slapping its tail and having fun thinking, oh, maybe I'll find some more krill if I do this, or whatever. It doesn't have an agenda to play. That's the whole point of play. It's agendaless. So how can you let yourself take some time to give yourself that gift, the gift of play? It is in our nature. We're animals just like all the other animals out there, and they have time for it. So why don't we? So that's where I love the question, do you have time not to play? It is an essential element of our lives. And it is nourishing, whether it brings out that creative breakthrough or not. Play is an end in and of itself, and we get to let it be so. So think about, what is it that you really enjoy? What does play mean to you? What would you do if you gave yourself, an hour to yourself just to do something for the fun of it? That might be reading a book. It might be going outside. It might be cooking something or doing some kind of visual art project or whatever it is. Obviously, there's a million different things that could be, and what it is for you is going to look different from what it is for me. But the point is, it doesn't have an agenda. It's not reading to learn something or going to catch up on those few minutes of some worky thing that you wanted to do. It's doing something just for fun. And if it's hard to imagine, well, gosh, I don't actually know what I'd do with an hour. And let me also caveat that and say, if an hour feels completely overwhelming, try 20 minutes, try 5 minutes, try putting one song on your phone and dancing around to it. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, especially if you're not used to doing this. It's okay to let it just to take a baby step and do it just for a few seconds, just for a few minutes. And maybe you eventually stretch that time out because you do deserve it. And it is an essential part of life. But it can be sometimes overwhelming to just leap right into doing it for a long period of time. So what's a baby step? If you can't imagine what you would do for fun, that is an indicator that it's been too long since you played. So what will you do to play today? I'm super excited for you. And I've been actually for me, working on this card deck and making it in card deck form actually feels like play. It doesn't really feel like work. So I'm super excited to be doing that and sharing that with you later this year. And in the meantime, thank you again for being here on wherever you're meeting these videos in your journey. It has been a beautiful blessing for me to be able to share these ideas, messages, wisdom with you. And I don't take it lightly that you are watching this video and giving me your time right now. Honestly, you're giving yourself the time. And for that, I honor you and thank you for being here. And I will see you next week.